Well, today we're going to do an unboxing of the latest offering from Bluetti. It's the EB55. This is their latest solar generator or power station on the market. First they came out with the EB70 and now the EB55. Let's get this open and have a look at it. For the record, Bluetti did send this to me free of charge to do this review. Today I'm located on our off-grid property in central Montana, and what's the first thing you think about when you think of off-grid? Electricity, right? So we use these power stations out here all the time for refrigeration, for lighting, for charging, all those things that these days come with a battery inside, whether it be our power tools, phones, cameras, like I mentioned, refrigerators, lighting, everything that has a battery inside of it, we charge them off of these power stations. Everything these days has a USB connector on it. It used to be the USB Mini, now it's the USBC, but we're plugging things in all the time. Well, let's get this open and have a peek. This will be the instructions and the warranty, of course. This is going to be all the power cords. This is the power unit itself. This one's gray. They come in different colors. Oh, there we go. That faced around to you. Well, at first they look almost exactly the same. Both of them have 4 AC outlets. Both of them have a 12-volt accessory plug, and they also have the 12-volt bayonet plugs here. Both of them rated at 10 amps. Both of these are regulated. Over here we have the USB A's. This has got 4. The EB70 has 2. This has got 1 USB-C. And this has got, let's see here, this has got 2 PD 3 amps, 100 watts. This has got 2 over here, whereas this has the 1. Now, here's where things are different. This is a 500. This actually has 537 watt hours available. This is 700 watts. And so is this. For the first time, I'm seeing 700 watts for an outlet, pure sine wave, in a 500 size power station. This is different. And right now it's handling the toaster, which is running at 721 watts. And it's handling that just fine. So you know it's rated at 700, and it's right now putting out 721 on that AC port right there. Now look over here, this USB-C. This is 100 watts. This is the most I've seen on a 500 watt power station also, and it's the same as these two. The EB70 has 2 of these over here. Well, this also has one at 100 watts. This will charge almost any laptop and do it in pretty short order. But now there's some differences. There's some changes here. Well, here's one over here. You see that the light over here is on the front. And this is basically just a bright flashlight. But they've gone back to the light on the back, which is a floodlight, and it's way better. It has 3 settings on it. It's got high, it's got low, which is more like a medium, and it's got the SOS feature. But this lights up a whole room instead of just a spotlight. Very nice. It's got, both of them have 15 watt wireless charging on the top. Just set your, a lot of your phones nowadays charge wirelessly, and you just set it on the top and it'll start charging automatically. Where these 2 units really differ is in how you can charge them. Now on the EB70, you could charge it from AC with its power brick, and it'll takes about 200 watts, and it also takes about 200 watts of solar. Over here on the EB55, you can charge it from the AC adapter, which puts in about 200 watts, or you can put in DC over on this side, your solar, for another 200 watts. You can put 400 watts into this. Now this being a 500 watt unit, 537 watt unit, that means it's going to charge up in, just a little over 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. So you can put in AC on one side and DC on the other at the same time. You can also put in with an adapter, and if you have 2 AC power bricks, you can put 400 watts into this. So if you're using this for emergency power at home, you know how the power goes off and then it comes on for a little while and then it goes off again like rolling blackouts? Well, you can charge this up using 2 power bricks, putting 400 watts into it. That's different. That's quite innovative, and it really makes this stand out above the rest. You can charge it so fast. As for what it comes with, well, it comes with the power cable that goes from a solar panel. It's got the MC4 connectors on one side, and I don't know what you call this connector here. Not sure what the name of that is, but that plugs in up here. I've been seeing these more lately. So there's your MC4 connector from the solar panel directly to the power unit here. Also comes with the cigarette lighter accessory so you can plug it into your car. Then it comes with a power brick and the cord that plugs into the other side of the power brick here. And this puts out about 200 watts or 25.2 volts, 8 amps. Also comes with a little Velcro strap to help neaten up your cords. One thing folks like to know is, can you do pass-through charging? Pass-through charging is when you've got like solar hooked up to the power station and you want to take power out. And the answer is yes, you can. In this case, I've got solar coming into the EB55. I've got this 110 volt power brick plugged into it and going over here and charging the EB70. So yes, you can do pass-through charging. Right now I've got about 70 watts coming in off the solar panel, and I've got 207 watts going out. That's what you want to avoid. Let me tell you why. First, I'm going to turn this off. I moved over here into the shade. It's pushing 100 degrees today. Lots of flies around. That's Montana for you. Hey, pass-through charging, back to that. It's, Bluetti says yes you can, but they suggest you don't. If the thing is, if you've got 70 watts coming in like I did and 207 watts going out, you stand a good chance of overheating the battery in the power station. If I had 70 watts coming in and 50 watts going out, like to run a refrigerator, that would probably be just fine. But the whole thing is, even though Bluetti says you can do it, they suggest you don't, and it's all just to protect that LiFePO battery. By the way, both of these have the latest LiFePO battery. You get a couple of thousand cycles, recharge cycles, and that's just down to the 80%. Of course, it keeps going after that for years. That'll take care of you for years. And the LiFePO batteries charge faster. They'll take more wattage. That's how come we can pump so many watts into these without hurting them, and we can charge them really fast. So in a nutshell, if you've got more wattage coming in than what's going out, then pass-through charging is generally just fine. These also have an eco mode on them, and you just go into the settings by pushing and holding both power buttons for a few seconds. It'll go into the settings where you can select 50 hertz or 60 hertz. You can also make this selection of eco mode, and the way I understand it, what that does is it will, let's say you accidentally leave the power unit on, you didn't mean to, it'll shut it off after 4 hours if it's drawing below a certain wattage. And I know on their bigger power stations, that wattage is 50 watts. So if it's not putting out at least 50 watts, it'll just shut down. I'm not sure what it is on these. I don't see it listed. But that's what eco mode is all about, is to protect these from going dead, just in case you forget to leave the power on. As for efficiency, Bluetti rates this EB55 at 90%. And the other 10% is taken up by what the inverter itself uses. And that's pretty good. That means that it maintains the last 10% for running the inverter, running the display, and keeping you from taking it all the way down to dead, which would be bad on a LiFePO4 battery. You don't want them to go absolutely flat. For storing this, they recommend that you store it at 80% or less. So if you've charged it up to 100% and then you didn't use it, you should probably charge some things off it for a while and bring it down to 80% before you put it back on your shelf. Well, if you watch this channel, you know Linda and I spend a lot of time off-grid. We're either out here at the off-grid property that we own, or we're constantly off-grid in our converted cargo trailer. We're always boondocking. We're never plugged in. I don't even have an AC system in that trailer. And we run it all off of batteries. And mostly these lithium battery units like this EB55 here. By the way, this weighs about 16 pounds. This is closer to 22 pounds. And this looks to be about a third smaller than the EB70. I've said before in my videos that even if you have a larger power supply, it's really handy to have one of this size that you can just toss in the back of your car and take with you wherever you go. I always have one because everything today runs off a battery. Well, if you don't know by now, I'm a total fan of Bluetti products, and that's because we've been using them for years. They're very high quality, extremely high quality, very innovative, and I can highly recommend this EB55. I like it. I like it for its size, and I like it for the fact that you can get 700 watts out of this AC over here with that 1400 watt peak, and plenty of ports for doing other things, and that you can charge it up so fast. It'll take up to 400 watts. That charges it up in a hurry. It's a winner. For current pricing, check the video description below. Prices change week to week, month to month. Also, any discount codes to you viewers will also be included in the link below this video. And if you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you around.